I have no idea what type of superhero I would be. I'd probably be like lazy bitch,
Oh,
lazy bitch, bitchy. I don't know.
oh, you just remixed it and then just put an E on there. Okay, all right. Well, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be something, some type of lazy bitch,
What
slow
would your
bitch,
power
something.
be like? Like to shoot chips from the couch at people? What is that?
No, I would see. I would have the most deadliest power
Mm.
because it just makes more sense because of all the rage and the hate that I have in my heart.
Oh, whoa, whoa. Okay.
So I'd be
So,
like a surprise superhero. They'd be like, oh my God, this bitch can do anything, no superpowers.
mm.
And then the season finale would be like everybody, all superheroes about to die. And then I just show up and I put my hand out and then like blackness just shows over everything and all the villains die in like 2 seconds. And they're like, bitch, we didn't know you had that fucking power. Right. We
Okay.
didn't expect this bitch to do shit.
All right. Well,
She can fuck everybody up. We got to be nice to her now.
while she's on the couch, not saving the world. That's good. That's
Right.
good.
Yeah.
All right. Family, what is up? This is the new host of Aaron's Untitled interview show, Teddy D. And let me explain why I took over. One, I just got tired of Aaron and I kicked him out of the way. I'm like, listen, bro, you taking too long to do these Untitled interviews. And he literally started profiling every member of the Black Astronauts Podcast Network around 2 years ago, and he hasn't finished. So, you know, African Americans, what can I say? However, I came to him, I was just like, listen, like one studio to another, you ain't doing nothing with this movie script. Let me get it from you, right? Put my writers on there, and you know, we can make it happen. So, needless to say, we are here to finish profiling each and every member of the Black Astronauts Podcast Network, and today we have a star amongst us.
Come on.
If you are familiar with one of the spin-off shows of Black Astronauts, one of my favorites, Houston, We Have a Problem.
Hey.
And in said show, we have 3 members. We have Ray out of literally Houston. We also have Lordia out of Cincinnati, I believe. And finally, from the great city of Cleveland, and Drew Carey, rep it hard. We have the 3rd member, and on a good day, she is described as famous adjacent, if I'm not mistaken. The one and only, my homie Krystal. What's going on?
Hey, also you left out Halle Berry and Dorothy Dandridge and also Ruby Dee from Cleveland. So
Yeah, I mean, Halle Berry kind of counts. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if that's really what we're going for, but that's fine. You can throw it in there.
But Dorothy Dandridge and Ruby Dee, like, come on.
Yeah. I'll take those. But ever since Haley messed up Storm's accent and wig, I don't know.
Listen, she had to pay for her kids' bills. She had to pay them bills.
Well, I mean, but Catwoman too, though.
I didn't see that, so I can't judge.
Catwoman was one of those movies where I literally all like, you know, those movies where you have their trailer and they have this film has not been rated yet, and that's because the studio looked at this film and said, this is hot garbage, y'all. Let's just try to hide this from the critics. And
I'm gonna need you to stop talking about my cousin.
But no, Cleveland's in the house. It's all good. So, listen, I'm very interested to sit down and get to know you. So, I want to start with when you were born. Okay.
All right. Well, Teddy, you're gonna get into it. It's gonna get really fucking dark. So everybody prepare to split their wrists by the end of this interview.
I kid. All right. So one of the things that I love about HWAP is that even though it doesn't sound like it all the time, you, Ray, and Lloyd are legitimately friends, or friend adjacent, if you want to describe it as that. So the dynamic, the chemistry that the three of you have is, I think, something new to the network, and it's a good way to talk through some of the issues that you bring up on the show. So I am very curious, because you are no stranger to multimedia in general, which we'll get into, but if I'm not mistaken, is this your first consistent hosting job for podcasting with HWAP?
I wouldn't consider myself a host. I would just consider myself just a nigga that's along for the ride. So this is my first podcast. This is my first podcast. I wanted to do a podcast with my friend years ago. Okay. And it was going to be just us talking about all of our favorite types of music.
And you want to shout that out?
We kind of aren't that cool anymore. So.
Nope. We ain't got to shout them out.
The situation, there were things that happened. So I don't hate them, but it's not a comfortable situation right now. I got you. But we wanted to swing it like an angle as like black girls who are into alternative music. So we weren't post like, hip hop, R&B. We were going to post the music that we like, that's like indie, jazz, electronic things like that. And I forgot, we were going to give it some type of titles like black girls who like rock. Or it was going to be something, I can't remember. It was a long time ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's what's up. Well, we're glad that didn't work out, and HWAP was in your in your fold. So, talk to me about how the three of you actually started meeting and interacting, and how did the actual show start as base?
So, the best way that I would describe my relationship with Lloyd and Raiden they are the friends that got away. So. We all went to the same college, and we just we hung out with different people. We hung out with a different crowd, and of course, them, because they're in a sorority later on, they were hanging out with different people.
Right. And yeah, but the Bearcats, right?
Yes. Hey, you see? Hey.
There you go.
It's always that person that one that got away, like the romantic way, in the friendship way. They are the friends that got away. We would have been really closer if it was like the right timing and things like that. So we just, they were the two people. They were a group of few people that I met in college that had some damn sense and seemed to not be idiots. So
okay, I like it.
So we were cool in college. Like, we knew who each other were, and every once in a while we would find ourselves at the same party, at the same event or something, and we talked, but we weren't as close as we are now.
Dope. Yeah. Okay. Well, that makes sense. So, and now I'm curious, because I'm on.
Wait, did that answer your question? Because I think you asked, how did the podcast start?
No. I mean, because I look at the podcast, the basis of it, as Aaron reaching out to Ray reaching out to Laudia and you to make it happen. Like, that's the whole. I was about to use a really disrespectful phrase from JFK's assassination, but that's the whole
okay.
Yeah, I stopped myself, but then I mentioned it, so that's probably just as bad, but like, that to me is the blueprint. There we go, the diagram.
I feel like you should say what you wanted to say originally.
Nah, at this point the joke is
free. Okay, all right, I wanted you to free yourself.
no, I'm married. What's that like? No. So all right.
God.
You like it? That was good. Cross
shackles.
Yeah, it's all right. Mary, don't bring her up right now. So I get that, and sticking with podcasting though, right?
Okay.
So, you know what? Before we go into that, I need to let the people know, if they don't, you are known in these YouTube streets as well, right? And not just YouTube, but you are an actor, Is some women prefer actor, or is actress disrespectful? You tell me.
Actor is fine.
Okay.
Either.
Actor. All right. Cool. You're an actor, a writer, in entertainment in general. So you are firmly in the game as far as creation and entertainment goes. And
damn, Eddie, you making me feel real extra important.
Yo, just roll with me, dog.
You're making me feel so important.
No, I mean, but it's true. It's true. Like,
I feel like I'm Maya Angelou right now.
Well, the cage bird does sing. All right, so here's the thing. Here's the thing about it, though. Here's what I want to know from you, right? Because you and I have spent hours together on podcasts, but there's 6 of us, so we don't really get a chance, and it's not a get to know you type vibe usually on the show. We're trying to fight social injustice and then laugh at people at the same time. So with you in the lane that you are, I'm just curious as to, one, how do you perceive yourself? Because I've had this question for you for a while. Like when you take a second right now and someone like me is forcing you to be like, hey, you kind of killing, you're doing your thing. How do you step and look at yourself and, review the progress that you've made so far? Because it seems significant from the outside looking in, but, I get it. Big dreams, big aspirations. So where do you see yourself?
So, like, how would I title myself?
Well, not only title, but talk to me about what you've accomplished so far. Like, you've done some things here. You've done some things. I'm trying to slow play it so you can actually talk about it without me laying it out for everybody.
Okay, well, as far as accomplishments, I ain't done shit. So I haven't done shit. Mm-hmm. I just press record and open my fucking mouth. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know how I would.
Okay. Okay, Humble McGee. Here's what I'm asking. Okay. So, with the people that you've met, the things that you've done, the auditions that you've had, the potential projects that you've worked on, talk to me about the reach that you have through YouTube, as well as just you being an actress in general. Like,
oh wow.
Yeah. That's what we're getting.
Dang, Teddy, you really trying to be James Lipton right now? Okay.
Listen, I got a beard.
Wow. Okay. So I mean, okay. I was gonna go into my titles. I am a YouTuber. I am on YouTube. Last year, 2016 was actually good to me. It sucked for a lot of people, but it was good to me. I mean, I got picked for a potential HBO show with comedian Whitney Cummings. She wrote a show based on this book, and I feel terrible because I can't remember the title. I can't remember the author, and I met her. I'm sorry.
Whitney knows what's up.
So Whitney had wrote this role in her show, and I would be one of the main characters. She wrote the role specifically for me. And so they had an audition where they invited, other black girls that were big. And I saw one of the girls, and I was just like, that's not me, but whatever. And I got to go to LA and stay in a nice ass, dope ass hotel on HBO's money.
Yeah.
And then I got to, of course, go to HBO studio. So I was, we filmed, and then we ended up filming the pilot. So I got to film in Hollywood, and I got to stay at the W Hotel on Hollywood Walk of Fame. I got to brag about that because that was dope.
What's up?
And it was all free. It was amazing. Yeah. Oh my God.
Room service too? Did you do that?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I need 3 lobsters with the whole floor. Let's go.
Oh my God. And the type of cars that I saw, because it was Hollywood Bowl. I saw so many Aston Martins. I saw Mercedes, the Panamera. I saw that a couple. It was so many nice ass cars. But sorry, I digress. LA was dope, man. When you go to LA for free,
yeah,
and you get to audition, you get to see the auditioning process where I had to fill out my basic shit. Like I had to fill out my tax paperwork. And
now, are you part of SAG? I always hear people complain about SAG when they get started.
No, I'm not a part of that.
So you dodged a bullet because don't you have to pay like $1,400 or something like that? Crazy.
You got to pay. I checked. You got to pay some dues because I was going to ask my manager how to join that, and then I saw the requirements, and I went there. I went.
Right.
Like I'd rather wait till I got a solid gig before I go. Let me join.
yeah. That's excessive.
Yeah. No, I'm not. But that would be cool to say I'm part of SAG. I know my friend is a part of SAG. I know a couple people who are part of SAG, but I haven't had that conversation with them, like what their experience with it is.
All right.
But shit, I diverted. What was I saying? Okay, but I would consider myself an actor, actress, comedian. I guess I wouldn't say writer yet because I just feel like just because I have some shit down that I'm a writer, I'm not published. I don't have anything out there, but I would say actor and comedian.
All right. Look at that.
Dreamer.
All of the above. All
Yeah.
of the above. I love it. So,
Witch, high priestess.
Yeah, I mean,
of Satan.
Okay. All right, well, you know, sometimes, right? Well, I don't see our race. I don't know what to say. All right, that's good. So one of the things that you are known for, many in entertainment, YouTube, is your unique takes on TV shows, specifically Game of Thrones.
Yes.
Game of Thrones.
Game of motherfucking Thrones.
So, what made you start? Did you start reviewing episodes because you're a huge fan? Did you start to do something a little different because no women of color were really out there doing? Like, what was it that made you hone in on that and really get a following that you have?
It wasn't that complicated. Somebody said, "Oh, you should review Game of Thrones," and I was like, "Yeah, you're right. I should."
Yeah, well, I'm gonna do it. They're like, good.
Right.
All right, I'll see you later.
That was it. There was no thought into it. I don't do shit. I don't put any thought when it comes to YouTube.
All right. That's good. That's good. So, and we'll just get at the end, but where can the people find you and your work on YouTube?
So I am on YouTube as Chrissy Chula. Please don't ask me how I got that name. It's a long, tawdry story.
Tawdry. Woo,
yeah.
You did go to college. That's what's up.
Okay. So YouTube is Chrissy Chula, Facebook as Chrissy Chula, and Instagram is Chrissy Chula. And also the Chrissy Chula on Twitter and on Tumblr. You can email me if you want to at ask_Chrissy@yahoo.com. And excuse me. And then I also have my own Patreon page. It's patreon.com/Chrissy Chula. And side note, I have a series on my Instagram page. It's Chrissy Does Fairy Tales, where I just basically retell the fairy tale, my opinion of it.
Oh, word?
So, yeah, it was random. I've done Beauty and the Beast. I did Pocahontas. I did Snow White. I did Cinderella. And
look, I'm over here looking at your page as we speak. Gotta check this out there. Yeah, all right. Very nice. All right, so getting back to the podcast.
Okay.
One of the things that Aaron's Untitled interview that started 3 years ago really did was not only get to know the people one-on-one, but a question that Aaron always asked, and I will continue, is simply what advice would you have for newer podcasters? Because believe it or not, you've got some skin in the game now. Like, y'all been doing it for a little bit. Y'all got some hours clocked in. So if someone,
I guess,
yeah. Once again, check all the humble stuff. Come on. Y'all been. So if somebody came up to you like, "Hey, we in Whole Foods. I don't know you, but something about you says you podcast, right?" What would you tell me to do if I'm getting started and we in Whole Foods?
Well, I guess I would say make sure you have the right equipment first. And also figure out what you want to talk about before you do anything. Like, do you already have an idea for a show or thoughts about anything? So focus on what you want to talk about. Focus on what your voice is. And then once you get that figured out, then get the right equipment.
Yeah, that's important. I can't say nobody told me that. At first, no one told me that. They were just like, show structure, this and that. Like, nah, basic. Basic start. You gotta have the right equipment, dog. So, in the last question, I meant to ask you with how you got started with podcasting. Ray and Lloyd, who approached you on being on the show?
Ray.
Okay.
She made a status on Facebook and was like, "Hey, I've been thinking about doing a podcast and something." And I responded, and another one of our friends responded, but he never followed through.
Ooh, see, that's interesting. So there could have been a dude on there?
Yeah, my friend, I don't know what he wanted to talk about. I'm not sure, but he just said he wanted to do a podcast with me and Ray because he figured we were funny. So
yeah, that's bad.
So I responded, and our first couple of emails included him, and they just like staved off, and it was just like, okay, well, what do you want to do? And I was like, I don't know. And our conversations kind of just trailed off, and then we didn't talk about anything for a while. And then her and Lloyd had recorded, I think, 1 or 2 shows, and she sent me a text one day. It was like, listen, we got our own show. Do you want to do it? Like, do you want to come on as a guest? And I said, okay, that's cool. And then I think after 2 more shows that we did together, she just said, well, we wanted you on the show from the beginning as like one of the hosts, but we were just asking if you were a guest to see if you would like come and you would stay. And I was like, hell yeah, I'll stay. So
nice.
Yeah, it just kept going on from there.
I like it. So shout out to the brother who was almost on it, because I can't stop thinking about that, because HWAP would be a show if a dude was randomly on there all the time. Okay, all right. So you back? You microphone good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, hold on. Let's try coming a little closer, because you still sound a little far away.
Okay. Can you hear me okay now?
Yep. You good? All right. That's what's up. So you Ray reached out. You made it happen. You gave the Heisman to the dude. Good call. And here's the thing about it though. Like, I am I need a good story about Ray, about Lloyd. Matter of fact, or if you have any feelings about anybody else on the network, CY. CJ's been a guest. Aaron, we all think he's weird, right? I mean, come on, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's just kind of let it out. It's just you and I, right? Don't worry.
Wow, this is some type of confessions type of deal?
No, not confessions. Just keeping everybody humble. You know what I'm saying? It's all good.
Well, I'm inebriated right now, so I feel like I'm going to slip up and say something inappropriate, and it's going to ruin the relationship of several people on the network.
I got you, dog. Don't even worry about it.
So, well, even if I give a hint to that, no, it's going to tell on myself. Okay, so what's a good Raven story? Damn.
And just know that I'm going to be interviewing Ray and Lloyd, asking them the same thing about you. So,
oh shit!
Yeah,
wait,
you might want to come with the heat.
I don't see. Okay. This is messed up because this hurts my feelings because I don't have a good Raven story.
No, it's okay. Listen, I will come back to it before we end. Don't worry about it. Let me ask you specifically about, I think one of the highlights since you've joined the network, when you were helping us recap Insecure. And for the people that may or may not have heard the shows. We had a little bit of a rotating cast, but
Are you talking about my obvious crush on Daniel?
I was trying to build up to it like James Lipton. But yeah, one of the constants that you've had in your observations about Insecure is Daniel has a nickname, and I don't ever feel comfortable saying it. I'm pretty sure CY never said it. Feek showed up once and he was just really confused when he heard it, But I feel like the ladies took to it, So,
and it was Raven's creation. You were referring to Dick delivering Daniel.
Okay. There it is. Yeah. So, fair enough. You and Raven making your mark. That's good. That's
right. He is gorgeous.
Okay.
And one of my no-nos when it comes to men is that they have to be at least 6 feet.
Oh, okay.
And over. You can't be in the 5s. I don't want to touch you if you're in the 5s.
Oh man.
But he's in the 5s, and it's just like he is an exception. My God.
now that we've entered the lust portion of the interview, let me give you a follow-up, because another thing that I picked up from you is you have no, it's good. Don't worry about it. Is that you have a strong appreciation for international men.
Oh.
Where does that come from? And now, do you have? Okay, come on back. And so, do you have this strong appreciation because you hate the rest of us, or you just love what's his name, the soccer player?
His name is Cristiano.
Okay, there you go. There, him. Yeah. Talk to me about that. Like, what the international thing? Because to quote you before, now that I think about it, you have said, and I quote, "I only date foreign men." So, where's the origin? Is it in Cleveland? Only foreigners are walking around? How does that work?
Wait a minute. I feel like you got me sounding like a rapper. Like you
no.
Like all my bitches is foreign.
I'm just setting the table. No, it's not even a sneak diss. I'm just curious. That's all.
Well, just for clarification, my husband and life mate and soulmate forever, aka one of the greatest soccer players in the world, not just of our time, but just of all fucking time. I could run down. No, wait a minute. I could run down you his stats, but we're not gonna get into that because he is my soul, my body, my heart, my mind. His name is Cristiano Ronaldo dos Santos Aveiro. People simply know him as Cristiano Ronaldo. I love him.
Okay. He looks like a doll. Like,
you won't do this.
No. I don't even know if that's a bad thing to say. It's just he just looks like for 40s you could have a miniature version of him just hanging on your wall. Like he's a doll. I don't know what that means. But, yeah.
He is perfect and he is flawless.
Yeah,
and
I don't know if I would.
We love each other.
Okay. Well, we'll move on from the delusion part.
We love each other.
So other than Christian, I mean, what? So is that the only foreign type of guy that you prefer?
No. Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is a long answer. So when I was younger, when I was a child, one of the very first movies that I fell in love with, and it's all my mother's fault. I blame her.
Oh, and Police Academy.
No, absolutely not. We're gonna blame
RoboCop.
her. No.
Okay.
Excuse me. I said one of the greatest movies of all time. Please calm down. So we're gonna blame my mother, and we're gonna blame this on bad parenting, The Godfather.
Oh, that's great parenting. What are you talking about? How dare you?
And I had to be about 8 years old when I saw that movie, and then she had the box set, right? Exclusive director's cut. 3-tape box set. She bought that. My mom fucking loved that movie.
As does mine. That's why I'm just like, nah, our parents were good. No.
So I watched The Godfather, and then I said, I have to have more of this. And then I watched The Godfather 2, and I said, oh my God, there's a Godfather 3. I have to continue.
Ooh, wait. You got The Godfather 3?
Yes, I've seen all three. And I don't care what anybody says. I love Godfather 2. People said they didn't like it.
No, I love 2. 3.
Robert De Niro did a fantastic job.
Oh my gosh, as a young, come on, absolutely, as a young Godfather, yeah, absolutely.
Love. That's my uncle.
But like 3, I don't think it was as bad as people make it out to be.
No, Andy Garcia was in it.
Yeah.
Listen, let me tell you, there's no bad film with Andy Garcia is in it.
Oh, I've never had that before. Okay.
None.
Okay, that's good to know.
Oh, my Cuban daddy? None.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Have you seen him in Ballers, by the way?
I've seen him in everything in L.
Okay, that covers it all.
Listen, he didn't get kind of fat, and I was still bended over.
So, okay.
that's where the so my love started for Italian men, and then, well, no, I'm sorry, I'll take it back. I saw Dirty Dancing, and then I was in love with Patrick Swayze, and then I would stay up late at night and watch the old infomercials about Elvis. So I fell in love with Elvis. So cultural appropriation.
I was about to say,
I and my parents hate it to this day. Right. My mother hates it that I love him. So I was in love with Elvis, and then I fell in love with Italian men after I saw The Godfather, and I was just like in love with like these beautiful white men, and then it segued, and I found out about like Latino men, and I just went, oh God. But not Dominican men, because Dominican men are the devil. Anyways,
is that personal experience or just opinion? What
that's just fact. It's in the Bible. Don't try to look for it. It's in the Bible, but
okay,
it's there.
Okay, all right. Maybe in the law. That's what's up.
It just trailed off into, and then I just fell in love with all these different men, and then as I was learning more languages, I kept finding out there's more fine men in all these other countries that speak these languages. So my goal was to speak as many languages as possible to get as many men as possible. I had a strong strategy.
Okay.
That's a stylish strategy.
That is a strategy. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. As I grew and as I gained more knowledge, and especially of geography and language, and it was amazing. And I just went, oh my God, there's fine men everywhere. I have to speak as many languages as possible.
Okay. I love it. You know what? I feel like there's no better explanation than that. That's good. It's very good. So I want to wrap it up, but I know I've completely enjoyed this, man. I feel like this is the first time that you and I have actually spoken one-on-one, which is crazy to think, but here we are. So a couple of questions I want to ask you, though. A little bit of a rapid fire, lightning round, if you will. All right.
Oh my God. Okay. Confess. I have a crush on CY.
Yeah. That's so good. That's so good.
I'm sorry. It had to come out this way. I love it.
No, listen. I'm glad that this is the venue where we can clear this up. We've all felt the tension. We've all, it's been obvious. So
yeah, you can tell like we belong together.
He's gonna appreciate this. I'm telling you, he's gonna write like a whole song for you. Let's start it off like this. We've covered podcasting a lot. What would you think? Like, how do you feel it's gone so far? Do you feel pretty good? Because, like I said, you've been successful in the other things that you've done so far, and I think this is something that you can check the box in as well. But once again, how you see it yourself may be different. How do you feel what you've done so far? And don't give us the humble BS answer. Like, how do you really feel?
As far as the podcast with us, with Ray, me and Lloyd, I think we've been doing fantastically.
Good.
I love our podcast. I think that we're geniuses and that people should pay us just to talk.
This is what I've been trying to build you up to say. That's what I'm talking about.
I mean, I'm drunker now, so I'm a little bit higher now. So anyways.
Very nice, very nice. We're gonna cut that out.
Sorry.
Good.
As far as me by myself, I am.
You feel like there's anything that you want to improve on, or that you're dope at? Like what, you know?
Well, I think I'm dope at being me because I think I am naturally hilarious.
There you go.
But I tend to end up second guessing and overthinking shit, and then I end up stifling myself by accident by the overthinking.
Credit to the nerd of the network, Feek, who gave you the description of Chrissy's got she's got bars like battle rappers. So
what?
Yeah. He said you got bars like battle rappers. Come in the conversation, say a funny line, and then just keep it moving. So yeah, congrats on that.
Thanks, I appreciate that. I got that from my mom.
Yeah.
I just think that I am a bad bitch in training. And I write in my journal, and I just have a list of things that I need to do in order to reach my final form.
Okay. Your final form?
Yeah, so the anime reference I learned on Tumblr. So I don't watch anime. Please, I don't want anybody to think that I fucking watch anime. I'm too cool for that.
Listen, you and I are on the same page. It's okay.
I'm too cool for anime.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that I'm just a bad bitch in training and in waiting. That's how I view myself, just in my career, in my life, personally, whatever.
Nice. What is as far as the network, as far as not only HWAP but BAP, all the shows that we have, Married to the Shade, which is, by the way, great because I love hearing AJ just give it to Feet. Where do you see the network going? Where do you see HWAP going? Like, what is there anything that you're planning on, a show that you want to share with us? A little inside, whatever. Or are you guys just fine where you are right now?
I love HWAP, and I hope that HWAP ends up being its own entity and destroys all of you. No, I'm sorry.
You know what? That's a good answer. Don't worry about it. Let's go with that. I think that's better than anything else you can say. No, that's good.
I'm just playing. I don't want nobody to cuss me out.
It's all good.
I'm just playing. I hope it blows up. I hope that we legitimately become like one of the famous podcasts, and I'm hoping that the way that it works out is that I become famous as hell, and then from my fame, we all get famous.
Hey, I got no shame riding coattails, dog. Come on, let's jump on your back. Let's do it.
So I'm hoping that we become a really famous ass podcast, where the point where like we're touring and shit. Awesome.
Yeah, man, I agree. All right, so listen. Anything else that you want to leave the listeners with? Is a chance to get anything off your chest. Let them know who you are, what you think. Anything that we haven't covered, feel free to let the people know.
I don't know. I mean, whatever. At this point, you can continue to ask me questions that are on your mind. I don't know. If people want to get in contact with me, just email me at ask_Christy@yahoo.com. Like, just ask me anything. I don't care. Anything that I want to leave. Lloyd is amazing, and that's my baby mama. Raven is the bane of my existence.
Yeah.
She is the scum between my toes.
Talk that.
Yeah. When I think of her, I vomit.
Take that.
Yeah. And CY is my future ex-husband.
Slander. That's what's up.
Yeah. And then I end up winning alimony in the divorce.
And on that note, thank you for being a guest on Aaron's old, now Teddy's Untitled interview show.
Dang, why you gotta do that? Why you gotta keep doing that?
The takeover breaks over, nigga. Like,
why we gotta do that though?
Hey, 3 years, dog. He could have, That's on him.
Wow.
But
Wow.
as always, you can catch our guests on an incredible show. HWAP Houston, we have a problem. And please look forward to the other interviews that are coming on the feed. Everyone on this network will have a profile. It'll be dope. As always, we thank you, and we will catch y'all next time. Peace.
Wait, I have one more thing to say.
Okay, go ahead.
Selena finally got her star on the Walk of Fame.
Anything for Selena. All right, y'all. Peace.